Stream
You
from your
did!
channel for the next little while.
Eka.
There
we
Flow
go.
podcast
We're
is live.
live.
Thank you for the follow, Afterflow, and
What?
okay, you got this.
I know.
Yeah. All right.
I know.
I'm bringing
I
us
say the
back
stream
around.
starting, but it's a short
Oh, they're
start.
already stuck.
Boom. Live screen.
Oh,
You're
no.
in. You're in.
There it is.
I'm in. Hello.
We're all.
Well, welcome to the stream. We're
Oh my god.
we're 48 minutes behind schedule, but that's okay because time is relative and it's 7 o'clock somewhere.
Nothing.
It's just
oh my
not
god.
an EST stream today. Hold on. I'm going to go and just quickly shut the door. I forgot it was open. You sing our intro song,
Uh-oh.
the custom one that we made.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Well, we've been practicing.
Bam, 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 Phoenix and Cruickshankfit in the morning.
I love it.
Nice.
This is great. I want to cut that and record it now. Just
I
make
hope you
that.
do.
Yeah. Just start every stream with that. So that's
I
nice.
felt pretty good about it.
You did a good job. I like the dance that you incorporated as well.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
It has been a week. A week for sure. It's
Oh my
Nakoko
God.
and FnxAu.
Hello.
Hi, we've got cat butt kisses. We've got smoothie little cheer faces. Time for a push-up break. Yes. Yeah. We don't need
Hell
push-ups
yes,
here.
Nakoko.
Flex
You know
time.
what's up? Ugh.
Hey, actually, I
on my
didn't
stream last night.
feel like I didn't do too bad. Ooh, I still got muscle somehow. It's not coming from cycling,
You-
so who
of
knows
course
where
you
it's
do.
coming from.
It's all that painting.
I feel
or
like
staining that you've been doing.
Yeah, I feel like I could legitimately like bend an anchor with my calves at this point. You know.
Probably.
I've started
Cycling will
biking.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So it's a 34-kilometer round trip to work and back. And then when I'm at work, I also have a program that I run at work where I bike with people attached to the front of my bike on a wheelchair. So we have specialized bikes there. So
shit.
I ride them through the forest for like 45 minutes at a time. And sometimes I'll do this like twice, maybe 3 times a day. And so they weigh a lot of the time. Oh, Shadow 435, hello. We got the walk-on sound from FnxAu.
Hey.
Welcome. So they weigh anywhere, like let's say average person weight is like, you know, for them, older people, about 160. But they could weigh up to like some people are a little heavier. They might be in like the 250
Yeah.
range kind of thing, getting on that because they don't have a lot of mobility. And so they gain weight. So that, let's average that out to around 200 pounds plus the weight of the bike, which is larger than an average bike, plus my weight. I'm biking like a 500-pound load around through the woods. So I'm thinking I'm clocking a significant amount of bike power. So we're going to need your instructions on how to
I
make
would
sure
say
my knee
so.
doesn't explode.
Man, I've got you covered. We'll do this.
Excellent. I haven't played my walk-on in so long. Well, I'm so glad to hear it right now. I was just talking to Cruickshankfit about how if I don't start streaming soon, I'm going to lose my affiliate status.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry. I'm just like, I'm sorry, everybody.
The
I'm so
worst.
sorry. I have just been getting my ass kicked by life in terms of like time demands, and it's hard to have more than just like an hour to myself. And so, you know, I went home last weekend to see my family, and that lost us a weekend, and it's just the time it's gone. The schoolwork stuff is nonsense, and when I get home from work, I'm exhausted. Yeah. Shadow
Yeah.
says he's going to be lurking,
Doesn't
streaming
help.
Loki for some people. Yes, we're going to be talking about that because I've watched episode 1. I think you finished the series.
It's only released week by week, bruh.
Yeah. Oh, are we only at 1 episode?
Yeah.
I don't know when it was
We're only at
released.
1 episode.
Well then, we're on the same page.
Okie dokie. Woo. We did say this has been a real weird week.
It has. I haven't been keeping up with anything internet related. It feels weird. Okay, so how about we start with that? Loki, thoughts?
Okay. So good.
I love
so
it.
Good.
I love it.
It really feels like this whole phase is just kicking off with like as a therapy session for all the characters.
Yes. It's like the let's attend to your personal needs. I didn't know you could lose an affiliate status. You can lose affiliate status if you're not active enough, and I am slacking on my activeness. Okay, so my activity, let's call it slacktivity, or just a lack of activity, which would be lactivity, which sounds too close to lactation, and I'm not good with that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Okay, we're back to slacktivity. We're rolling that back. You got a little too enthusiastic there, made some bad decisions.
Yeah,
we just need to pop back and think about what we did. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how would you rank Loki compared to Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision?
See, I knew you were going to ask me that. Now, I feel like because I haven't seen all of Loki yet, I don't know that I can really compare.
What if we base it on starting points, as in like episode 1 intros?
Okay, I would say, ooh, this is tough. I would go top of the lead of the shows. Oh my God, my words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm trying to remember the first episode of each of those shows. Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, WandaVision.
Okay, my mix would actually be different.
I liked it. Okay, sorry. I was just gonna say I loved WandaVision.
Yeah.
Like I love WandaVision. So that's not saying that it's a terrible show. I just, yeah.
Well, yeah.
So what is your ranking?
My ranking currently is actually going to go as follows: Loki, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Because I didn't like Falcon and Winter Soldier until episode 2.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I found episode 1 was a little like weird for me, and I wasn't sure where the story was yet going, but I was hopeful it was going in a direction that I would enjoy. Now, by the end of the series, WandaVision falls off down to like number 3 for me right now in terms of anticipation. Right. And then, Falcon and Winter Soldier gets bumped up, and I would put Loki in the middle because we just don't have anything else on it. But in terms of starting points, I loved the WandaVision like 1950s TV show thing that was going. I thought that was very cool, whereas Falcon and Winter Soldier felt kind of like uncertain to me. And then Loki just is tempting me with all kinds of possibilities as to where this is going to go with him fucking with multiverse and timelines. And I actually think this is very cool. And I love that they've just like totally like shit all over the Infinity Stones and like, those are paperweights. Right? And he's like, wait, what?
I know. I was like, there was a part of me that was really angry that so many like good characters died for those stupid stones.
yeah, exactly. Okay, what do we got going on in chat here? It needs to be longer. Ooh, I see. I just started Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and he didn't invite me. Starting point would be 1 Loki, Wanda, and 3 Falcon. Yeah, no, that's Shadow and I have the same opinions on this. But
that's fair.
That's just based on starting episodes. Like I think that Falcon and Winter Soldier had a bit of a slower start for me, and I didn't have a lot of anticipation built up around it. I wasn't sure what to expect. And then it did get very good as we went through.
Yeah.
So.
I think for me, because I kind of had an idea of where they were going.
Yeah.
With Falcon and Winter Soldier, so I think my anticipation for it was like way bigger than anything else.
Falcon and Winter
That's probably why I'm a little bit biased.
Yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier, too, is the only one that kind of is presented in like a future timeline, which is interesting because WandaVision and Loki are kind of like what happened during with these characters, right? Well, I guess WandaVision is also future.
It's 2 weeks after Infinity War.
Yeah, which is... but that's a fairly short time span, I think, to be in.
Yes.
Whereas,
it's like immediately after. So.
I guess Loki could be anytime.
Well, at this point, yeah.
That
Shadow feels like his stream is way behind.
I feel like my stream is way behind.
There's a super big lag where I'm watching too, so
yeah, that's possible. But who knows? I feel the same. Well, as is tradition, I will do absolutely zero things to assist because I don't understand how these problems happen, and I'm just going to keep going. So good luck to all of you.
Yeah, I'm literally I'm trying not to look too much at our video screens because they're so behind what we're actually talking about.
Yeah. I do recommend people use the web browser over the Twitch browser because the Twitch browser I find always lags, and just using the web is...
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like when I watch on just twitch.tv, I am always like much more timely than I am when I'm using the Twitch app. The Twitch app is always lagging for me, and I do not know why. So yeah, that's a bit weird. Ooh,
yeah,
the stream is definitely way behind though, because I am seeing them come up in real time on my like browser thing, but it is definitely way behind online.
Behind.
Things that I have already read out are just popping up. Oh, that's super behind. Ooh, who even knows?
You were doing your FnxAu, right? Yeah, but I didn't. You were talking about it, and I didn't see it until like 2 minutes later. I'm
just going to go ahead and do myself a favor and close 26 windows and see if that makes a difference.
Oh my god. I can't say anything. I do the exact same thing. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to shut down a bunch of stuff that I didn't realize was running on another screen in the background, and we'll hope that helps things. So the stream gets caught up, you let me know.
Will do.
Yeah. No, so I am super excited about where things are going with Loki. I think because the main bad guy is him. He's the good guy and the bad guy. Right?
That was really cool.
like this is like two different sides of Loki, which is gonna be neat. And also, like,
I love it.
It has like this. Because you always wonder if Loki actually died when he got killed by Thanos, and that was a thing that I just like. I love Loki as a character. I'm like, yes, like I think the actor does an amazing job of playing it. And like, this can't be all that we've seen of Loki, and I think this is really addressing that mystery where like, that yes, he dies. Like, it confirms he died there, and that was it. He died. But now there's versions of Loki rolling around the timeline, and he's not gonna just accept that that's his fate kind of thing, and this is gonna be like his new life existing outside of that perfect timeline, and tackling the vision of, well, who is this creator of the golden timeline, or what do they call it? The
sacred timeline.
Who's this creator of the sacred timeline, and based on what are they making these decisions that is how time will flow, And I think that's just a really cool side story that exists outside of everyone's and also like if Loki learns how to manage the power of this universe where Infinity Stones are paperweights, like, oh my god, that's a huge, significant boost for him. Significant.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So lots to look forward to.
I love it. I do think that he died when Thanos snapped his neck.
Well, you see that the thing comes to an end. Like, the real time shows that it's basically run out for him. Yes.
But oh my god, the fact that like he didn't have that whole character development, like this Loki hasn't had all the character development that he had. And then
oh my god, Nikoko just commented on my 26 Windows thing.
I know. Oh my god, this is terrible. Big oops.
That's the time delay, people.
Boy. We're in the TVA now, bitches.
We exist in the future.
What up? But yeah, it was just cool to see that old Loki back, and then watching him watch his life play out in front of him. I was like, oh god, that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah, But also, like, again, I think that, like, Marvel's done this really great job with these series in approaching the flaws of all the characters. Like, like none of them are super powered and feeling strong. They're all being presented at kind of their weakest point, dealing with struggles that they have in being who they are and succeeding in against, like, these sort of, like, crazy odds that are stacked up against them, and some of them of their own, a lot of them of their own creation, and
most of them,
living up to the expectations of whoever, which is interesting because normally you're like, oh, superheroes doing super things, and it's like, really, a lot of this is being presented as them being, like, their own worst enemy. In Loki's case, literally. In Wanda's case, she is the one creating the problem. And Falcon Winter Soldier is not so much your own worst enemy as a person, but Captain America is the problem. Right?
Yes.
And who can be that?
Yeah. Who exactly?
It's more of a symbolic issue.
Speaking of Captain America. Yes. Yeah, it is. Speaking of Captain America, did you see, like, the possible Peggy Carter in Loki?
The possible Peggy Carter? Or the sorry.
Yeah, when he escapes.
Yeah.
And he's, like, running around the TVA.
Yeah.
There's a part where behind him a portal opens up and, like, a TVA officer comes through with a prisoner, and it's like faded out, but it looks exactly like Peggy Carter.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to rewatch it now. I have to rewatch it now.
Definitely do it.
I love when there's little Easter eggs like that.
And I was like, the heck? Yeah.
Stop the press! Stop the
press! Wait a minute! Peggy Carter!
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god!
It was quite enjoyable. I'm very eager to see what comes. I actually didn't know it had just come out. Because I feel like I haven't watched anything in so long that it's been.
You're actually up to date on something.
Oh, it's amazing! I'm accidentally succeeding, my favorite kind. Yeah, the best, just the best.
Yeah.
So many updates for this week, though. Things to chat about for sure.
Oh, good lord!
So.
I did just see your title for this, and I like it a lot.
What did I put? What did I make it?
The lockdown is over. Aliens and gods. Marvel news? Question mark? Exclamation point.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Razor Rob, good to see you. Hi. So nice to have you around.
Hello.
I'm hoping you're doing well. I am very eager to see my friend Rob. And I hope all is well and that you'll stick around. Well, we're discussing some Marvel news right now because we've both watched the Loki premiere and we're comparing it to WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I have to say, I'm not a big fan of the name Falcon and Winter Soldier because it's not as witty as, say, WandaVision. And
it's true.
And Loki is, you know, I mean,
well, you can't really go wrong with a one word.
You can't. It's just I don't know. It lacks the punch that I want it to have. It's not a zinger.
That's fair. It reminds me of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, though, so I kind of like it for that.
I mean, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is one of my favorite old-time Western movies, spaghetti westerns. Love
it's so good. Oh my god, I love it so much.
And Showdown at the OK Corral. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And anything Clint Eastwood did.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
Oh, Clint Eastwood is my idol. Like, I love that man so much.
Fun fact, I won a
He can do no wrong.
I ran a Tombstone one-off D&D campaign of my own creation.
The heck?
Yeah, I did. I ran
Where was I?
This was honestly probably like 5-6 years ago. And I ran it with Joel's, my friend Ben, and Mike, and it was called Doomstone. And
that is amazing. I'm so mad I wasn't involved.
Yeah, I think the full title might have been High Noon in Doomstone or at Doomstone, but like
I love it.
It was dramatic. Like I limited it so there was no magic classes. You had to start as a fighter, so every character was a fighter, but you gained spells as per a ranger or paladin, and you could choose whichever list you wanted. So yeah, you had
cool.
yeah, everyone had the same fighter stats, but you could choose like magic spells as per like a fighter or paladin. And like the reason is like fighters were like, I don't know, they just became sort of a gunslinger thing. And but it was fantastic. Like the Doomstone Tavern was like incinerated in a small pre-atomic blast, and like everything involved just blowing holes through things and kicking over tables and throwing dynamite. Like there was a wagon chase on like a rickety mine cart through like a mountain. Like it was great. It was phenomenal. Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Well,
that sounds amazing.
So actually, this brings me to an exciting opportunity that I have been waiting to pose with you. To you.
Okay.
So, a random fact that you brought up at some point that throws me off constantly now is how the bed behind me that I sleep in every night was once yours. And I mentioned this to one of our friends. Oh, it was Matt's.
Yes.
That makes it weirder somehow. I don't know. But it's just so it's just weird to me. But I woke up in the middle of the night the other night and I couldn't sleep because I got it in my head to make a really simple RPG that I want to run as like a game system, and it's heavy role play based on kind of like the like if you've ever done an improv group of any kind, like heavily based on the yes and philosophy of like let's just roll with the contributions, and it's got some cool character mechanics built into it. So I'm hoping it's got a super simple rule set that I think is fun and focuses on more like teamwork and struggle. And I'd like to try it out at some point in time with yourself and some others. Razor Rob, oh my God, Razor Rob just answered my hello. It is so laggy. Doing great.
God.
Hope things are great with you. Yeah, no, they are great. So what are we on? Like a 4-minute delay?
Apparently. Jesus.
I apologize, everyone, for the 4-minute delay. We will answer questions as they come.
Yeah.
The good news is we'll have plenty of time to formulate our answer to your questions.
No shit. Oh
Just know that it's going to take 4 minutes for me to respond to anything you say.
Oh, wow.
I promise you I'm seeing these in real time, but they're not coming up. Apparently the stream is not responding in real time. So
super behind,
yeah, so that was a thing that I wanted to say we should do sometime, because would you like a brief preview of how it's supposed to work? It's a little lead in.
Sure.
Just give me a second to pull open my notes, because I keep notes on my phone in the middle of the night when I can't sleep. Okay.
I get that. That's fine. Where else are you going to keep notes?
So have you ever done the activity where, like, I don't know, this is an activity we've done in sort of like I did it in the university sphere when I worked there, as like a thing where usually it helps you identify with people who, like, it's like a privilege walk kind of activity, and you start with like creating a star, and on each point of the star you write down something that's important to you, and like it's usually like there's a person, like a place that and then like an activity that you do or something like that, and like a thing. So there's these 5 qualities that are significant in your life, like a person that you love, a place that you is important to you, an activity that you think defines you, stuff like that. And then as you kind of go through this activity, what you do is you end up like tearing off the piece, like one piece at a time as you walk through it. And essentially what that means to you is that you've lost that in your life now, and you have to then go through an exercise where you imagine what it's like not having access to that thing.
God. Okay.
So yeah, it's a very it's a very meaningful activity to a lot of people that has a lot of impact to help people understand and empathize with others who don't have the, they don't have all of these things in life. Like, maybe if the place that was important to you is like your childhood home. Well, some people just don't have that. Or like your parents are the ones that you love. And like some people live their life having lost parents at an early age. So it's this sort of, it's meant to be very impactful in terms of just kind of experiencing you physically tearing off and throw it, like you crumple it up and physically throw it away. Someone or something that's important to you. And it's just like, ow, that sucked to do.
Oh my God.
So
yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. So the idea of this game, the very simple rules of this game is that you would create one of these things, and you would have, like these qualities that make you who you are. And they're essentially like your hit points. I'm not sure what Nikoko is saying, oh my God, wow, to anymore, because whatever it was something I said 4 minutes ago. I'm assuming it's
it's probably the 4 minute.
Yeah, the revelation of the time difference.
Yeah, that is great. That is crazy, though.
I know. So yes, it's these qualities are essentially like your hit points. And
yes. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yes, and we're gonna start with a pool of dice. So it's gonna be like a heavy D6 game. You're gonna have to roll like a fistful of dice, which is nice. And in order to complete actions, like achieve them, you need to roll you need to roll like a 6 or more. And there's ways to gain access to like a D8 or a higher dice kind of thing. So
I gotcha.
Anytime that you want to do something, you roll this set of dice, and if you roll a 6, you succeed at doing it, and you keep going. If you don't, you potentially have like a catastrophic failure and might end up losing one of these qualities or like some of the dice from your dice pool kind of thing. Anytime you roll a 1 on your dice pool, you actually lose the die. So your chance of succeeding becomes less and less over time the more significant actions you do. Now, you're not rolling dice for everything, but anytime that there's like a significant event where like you're trying to accomplish something, like it's like, okay, I walk to the stairs. It's like not like roll your dice to walk to the stairs. But if you're like, I want to climb the side of the building, which is not something you would just standard do, then you might have to roll it and risk it kind of thing. Or like I'm looking for a first aid kit in the room. I'm searching the room to find a first aid kit. Okay, roll the dice to see if you find it. So that kind of a thing. And then anytime that you sort of interact with one of these things that you've written down as being important to you, like a person, a thing, or whatever, and you successfully find it within the game, you actually gain like a higher level dice, like a D8, which has a higher % chance of succeeding and doesn't get lost if you roll a 1. So there's like a system to kind of keep going and help you succeed, but ultimately you're sort of playing against a struggled clock thing. So that's the essential of how this game works, and it's like a sort of gritty survival type thing, but it's based on role playing what you're doing well. Yes. Yeah. What is happening?
I like that idea.
Okay,
so chat is going crazy.
I see the chat normally, but the stream is super delayed. That's so weird. Because it keeps buffering for me. I believe something is happening on his end. Yeah, it buffers for me every 5 seconds. Those neighbors are watching. They're probably just watching porn. We're being pushed further and further from him. Oh, well, time discrepancies. It is difficult. Like, I'm running nothing on my end except the stream. And there's nobody else in the house. I don't even think my upstairs neighbors are home.
Your video. It's buffering every like 5 to 10 seconds on my end too.
Amazing.
Like somebody watching it.
I have no idea why. I hate this. It drives me crazy. And yet the entire time I streamed this morning, it was fine apparently. So Who knows?
That's so weird.
Well, we continue. Thank you for hanging in there, folks.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Hopefully the time discrepancy corrects itself. Or maybe it'll just get so long that it loops around eventually.
Oh my God.
Billions of years from now, it will just flip around.
Sort itself out.
Yeah.
People will still be watching us then.
So yeah, that's the bare essentials of the game. Not a lot of prep required, and we can just kind of get into it and do some role play stuff. And
I like that.
Yeah, leveling up may be possible as new relationships or important things are formed. So they could be continuous.
Yeah.
Who knows? But the idea is to keep it simple and able to be done in a fun way over the internets here. So that was a thing.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Joel's has also acquired yourself and Rohirrim so that we can do a one-off. So I think we need to start the group chat so we can make sure that he follows through on that. Because I'm ready, you're ready. We just need him to be a thing. And it will be Star Wars themed, apparently.
Hell yeah. It is. I've already got my character made.
I heard you were planning on playing a Jedi.
Yeah, I'm playing a Twi'lek.
Oh, so you're Ahsoka Tano. Wait, no, Ahsoka Tano is not a Twi'lek. I didn't want to be associated with that.
Well,
no, she's not Twi'lek, though. No. She is
she's
something else. I can't remember.
I can't remember the name of her species. Yeah, what is that?
All I remember about her species is they are distinctly carnivorous. I think.
Maybe I should have been.
That was a thing. But
Togruta.
Yes. Togruta. Yeah. So.
Yes.
Okay, so a Twi'lek, that's fine. I decided to just follow my Mandalorian dreams, and I told him, I was like, just make me a bounty hunter. I was like, I don't even care. I was like, just roll me a bounty hunter character, and I'll play that Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's the problem with Star Wars. A Star Wars RPG is that I want to be everybody. I want to play all the parts because they're all so cool.
Well, Jules and I have played this Star Wars campaign before. And I was definitely a Gray Force user, which had amazing results on it because there is a race. They're called Ang-T monks, and they're Gray Force users. But their Force power specialty is that they can use the Force to activate an instant hyperdrive jump on things. They're basically like travelers. So as long as I was anywhere like within range of ship's controls, I could just jump. Like it didn't take time. It was instantaneous hyperdrive to a different place in the universe. And I use that for all sorts of horrible purposes. Nikolai's a strong with a resub. Hello, my God. Thank you, Nick. Good to see you, buddy. Sorry if the stream time is off. Hello, my love. It's good to see you again.
4 minutes later.
Yeah, 4 minutes later, you're going to get this thanks and think that I'm just being a jerk here. But, you know, it is so good to see you. So, yeah, the Ang-T monk thing, you could get up to ridiculous, like, tricks. Like, one time we were in, like, a transport ship and we were being chased by these fighters. And I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Crazy use of my first power. I was like, does this transport ship have escape pods? And the DM was like, yes. And I was like, I transport the escape pods into the other ships. And just like started firing escape pods into the cockpits of the people pursuing us, and they just exploded. They were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this." I was like, "It's so stupid. I love it." That. You'll see it soon in like 6 minutes or something.
Chaotic. 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna take him 5 minutes to react to the sub.
Oh my God.
You know what I can do? I can type too.
You can type. So I can hear you typing.
Yeah.
But what you're doing on camera is like completely not even close to typing.
This is like a weird time where I can message in real time, but I can't physically talk.
It's so weird.
What is happening with the
God.
stream? It doesn't even. This is. You know what? I blame the OBS
Loki.
Ninja. It's
But
doing.
no, I blame the TVA.
Yeah, the TVA is causing this. It's because we talked
Yeah.
about gods and aliens.
It's true.
I really like the
They're
intro
listening.
when they hit him with the stick and they're like, "You're only moving at 1/16th regular speed, but you're feeling
Oh
all
my
of this
God.
pain in real time." It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then I absolutely loved how he got back to her and just kept like rewind, fast forwarding her. Oh, it was amazing.
Yes.
Good times. Real good
That
times
was so
for that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Star Wars campaign is very cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's neat. The rule system is deeply broken in favor of Force users for sure. Like it's
Oh, I see.
like my friend was just
Yeah.
Force lightning. Like she was too powerful. Every time she used Force lightning, like whole rooms of
Oh.
people died, and she just kept getting these darks.
Jesus.
Like just kept getting dark side points drawing her towards like the evil of the Force because she couldn't stop.
my God.
Like she literally didn't have a power that didn't murder people. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, so she would just incinerate
I
rooms.
love
Were
it.
like, and then she would get dark side points drawing her to evil, and it was like, oh God, this is just going so wrong.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yep. Poor girl. Well,
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it.
I
I'm
am
also very
too.
excited about the other one that you're talking about.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, we can do that at any
before that.
time. We just need
Yeah.
some people, and we can set that in my
But easy.
anywhere. We can go
Yeah.
on crazy. It can be like an Archer show where one season you're spies and the
Oh
next
my
season
God,
you're
yes,
cocaine
please.
dealers.
I love it. I'm totally game for that exact thing.
Okay.
I get
Yes.
to be Pam.
Yeah.
I'm a Pam.
For no reason, it will be called Sterling.
Yeah, absolutely no reason.
Pam's cocaine
I don't know.
fueled adventure.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
I can't remember what stream. Oh, they're talking.
Oh yeah, so much loading, but Alabama trip is going well. Not doing a lot of cutting right now because of all the rain, but just wanted to see how you're doing and just want to let people know I'm still alive. I'm glad you're still alive. Tell me more about the Alabama trip. What brought you to Alabama?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
We gonna play in no.
Uh-oh. No,
What did
no,
Alabama
No.
Wait, isn't Alabama a band? What am I thinking of here? It's not Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama?
Sweet. Thank you. Sweet home Alabama. Where the skies are so blue.
So blue.
Yes. There we go. Nick gets a song.
Yeah.
I
Love
was
it.
actually wondering about you the other day.
You
What
earned
instrument
it.
are you learning to play? Sounds exciting. Ooh. It's nice to have news about you. Hope the rain stops so you can keep working. Yes. Just real busy. They have AT&T internet down here and it goes down so much they can barely play online. Apparently I've got AT&T internet right now.
Apparently.
Yeah. TVA.
I'm not feeling so good about this move anymore.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeesh. Oh. Oh, you're gonna talk about that on stream, are you? Or is
I
that just a
wasn't going to.
spoiler?
That was just a vague
Vague
thing.
spoiler. Good news, people.
People know that I'm moving, but
There's-
they don't know where I'm moving.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, do we spoil it here?
I don't. Just imagine. I just want you to imagine that one day this line could disappear.
Yeah.
Think
There
about
might
that.
be no dual cameras.
There might be just a single camera and like a newsroom style broadcast. And then we'd never
Exactly.
have to deal with audio and video issues again.
Right?
We could
The
actually.
possibilities are endless.
My god, we'd be so
We could
much
just
more on
stream.
time. Yeah, we could just stream.
Right? We wouldn't be 48 minutes behind.
No, we could have one room in your part dedicated to a gym and
Yeah.
one room in my part dedicated to streaming.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know.
What's happening? I'll be on chat,
What?
Phoenix. Later. See you, Nick. You have a great day, buddy. I'll just type that in.
Bye. You're probably gone already.
No. Yeah, I have to apologize to everybody for not streaming. I'm just not a summer computer person. And
it's hard.
It's
you want to be outside.
It is. And like I don't even watch like barely anything for any amount of time. Like an hour on my computer in the summertime is difficult for me. Bro, I just now got the notification that you got my sub. No, that's so long.
That's so behind. Oh my god. That is brutal. What is happening? Wow.
There we go. Time how long it. Somebody start the clocks.
No shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so we have, this is amazing because now we're gonna wait for chat to catch up to our subtle allusions to things.
Yeah.
But other things that have happened this week, because we haven't had a chance to talk about my new favorite form of transportation.
Yes, I want to hear about it.
Oh my god. So the e-bike is phenomenal. It is stupid fun and enjoyable, and I'm riding it to work. It's the 34-kilometer round trip, 17 kilometers each way. I've ridden it on a regular bike.
Yep.
And on the regular bike, it took me anywhere from about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes, depending on the direction that you go in, because one is more uphill than the other. There's like a downhill way and an uphill way. I'm pretty sure it's worse coming back than it is going there.
Yeah.
But I've taken that hour-long trip, and I've been able to do it both ways now in 40 minutes. So like a full 20 minutes cut off. And like... That's me being. I haven't run out of battery yet, so I could still push it further.
Wow!
I know. I could possibly get that down, and I think I could get it down into like the 30 minutes on the way to work kind of thing. I think.
Yeah.
35 to 40 minutes is about the max the minimum amount of time I'll be able to do. But it is great. It will hold 32 kilometers an hour. Which is fantastic. And I don't use the electric motor the entire way. It only kicks in when you start to lose speed. So I can just be pounding it out there. If I hit like a slope, instead of slowing down, it keeps my momentum and carries me up the hill kind of thing, which is amazing.
Right.
By the way, awesome. Nikoko is trying to learn ukulele so I can jump into electric guitar. Why jump into electric guitar when you can just learn electric uke?
Oh, do it. 100% do it.
Somewhere over the rainbow. little electric uke attack. My fingers don't think the same, but I'm trying. I might even do a Rocksmith stream just like Synapse. You should. But electric uke style.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They'll comment on that in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, for sure. We'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely. The e-bike thing is fantastic. You will have to come for a bike ride at some point in time. We do currently have an extra bike. Sure will. If you're, worried about your own bike currently. It is Blood Blades, but I'm sure you could convince him to borrow it for a day, as he's never actually ridden it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'll just keep it working for him.
yeah, exactly. Tell him it needs a regular ride time to keep it, oiled nicely and smooth. Yeah. But I did manage to get him on the pedal assist e-bike, and he took it down the road, and I have never seen him move so fast. It was weird to see wind blowing through his hair, because you normally associate him with being like a slow-moving sort of continental drift type object.
Yeah, really kind of slow and plodding for sure. Yeah,
just like slow, intentional, probably not stoppable, but like at the same point in time, not gonna get there super quick. Yeah. So.
Yes.
But
pretty much, yeah.
so that has been a thing.
That's awesome.
It is fantastic, and I'm definitely gonna let you try it as soon as I see you. because it's just a joy. Like, I felt like a small child.
Yeah.
When I got, like when you're a small child and you like the first time you ever like get in a go-kart or like your first dirt bike or something, like it just was pure joy at feeling this thing just go and just take off. And I'm like,
just going.
It's like I'm only doing 30 kilometers an hour in a car. This would feel so slow, but on a bike it feels so fantastic.
Right? That's amazing. I really do want to try it. So I will 100% take you up on that.
I think the part I enjoy most about it is this. I don't feel restricted to how far I can go because I know that when I get tired in the knee, I have a way to get back that is fairly low effort. And, will get me back on time. So I won't feel stranded if I stray too far out. And the other thing that I like is it'll get you there quick enough that you feel like you can go places, but you're also you never feel inconvenienced where if you see something that you're passing by of interest to you, that you can't just sort of stop and take a look at it and like appreciate what's around you.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I took an amazing photo yesterday of this random bench I found on the trail, like in a field at sunset.
I saw it.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just like, these are the things you don't see when you're driving a car. This is the stuff that you pass by too quickly to appreciate. So it gives you the opportunity to just sort of stop and appreciate life and the world around you, which has been wonderful.
Yeah. I think that's amazing.
It is amazing. It's amazing. And I recommend it as a commuter
I'm really
vehicle.
glad that you found one.
Me too.
Yeah.
And like, this is the ridiculous part. All e-bikes are $1,600 plus. That's just what they are. If you want to buy them used, they're $1,200. That's what they cost to get an e-bike. And you're like, this is dumb. This is so expensive and unaffordable for like the regular person, which is realistically who wants it, because you're trying to find alternative ways to commute and things. But the part that blows my mind about this is a brand new bike, and it cost me $1,014 total, and has a year warranty on it.
Okay.
And looks better than most of the bikes out there. I get compliments constantly. A guy on another e-bike stopped me today to be like, that's an awesome looking bike. And I'm like, I know. He's like, where'd you get it from? And I was like, Walmart. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, from Walmart. And he's like, how much does it cost? It's like $1,014. And he's like, that's crazy. It's so cheap. Like the one he was riding one, he's like, this was like $3,000. And I was like, yeah.
Oh my God.
And I was like, the worst part about this is the one I'm riding is the expensive one. It was $100 more than the base model. So you can get a new one for $900. And honestly, looking at it now, I think I would have taken the cheaper one had I known that, because the only difference is the tire. It's so funny. It's so delayed. Oh my God, Nikoko. I'm sorry.
So delayed.
But like, the only difference is the tire size. The ones I got are non-standard. They're larger and they're meant to just take a bump better. But the cheaper one just has standard size tires on it, which for my purposes would have been more useful, because then I could get standard size attachments like fenders and things, which have, which are more reasonably priced. Now I have to get like special make ones that are larger and are harder to find, so there's less of them and they cost more. So I'm like, like realistically, the 26-inch tires instead of the 29-inch might actually be the way to go. And you just,
do that instead.
Yeah. So like, there's nothing. I love mine. I've already got it sorted out with fenders and everything. But, at the same point in time, like, it's nice if you can just get like a used part or something cheaper that is more what you want, or more style options if you're concerned about your, and I hate this English word, aesthetics. My least favorite word.
Yeah.
I hate it. But yeah.
I use it all the time.
If you're
so aesthetically pleasing.
it's the whitest girl word in the English language.
It really is. It honestly is.
Oh my God, so the aesthetics. Choke and die.
Please. Yes.
Frickface with the
anything,
update.
Chat?
Since you screamed about how long the delay that is 7.5 minutes behind. Oh, how?
Unbelievable.
But like the stream
God.
started when I started it, so how did the delay creep to 7.5 minutes? I get the buffering, I guess. That's 7.5 minutes of buffering for people. Holy.
Yeah, but still. Holy shit.
Shanks, if you see this, I hope in my heart you're moving somehow closer to Toronto. Not sure how far from Toronto you are now, but now. Okay, no. She's moving further.
I'll type in on what are you doing? Yeah. Moving further.
Oof, that delay. I Ripper Blade.
I'll just chat and chat here.
Yeah, this is just a stream of us typing to our chat now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, that's funny. You know.
I'm moving, 15 minutes further?
Yeah. But a good 15 minutes to somewhere with a slower pace and more exciting people.
Slower internet too, apparently.
Yeah. It's because there's a horse and buggy carrying the signal to the internet servers.
Honestly.
Yeah. There's a Mennonite physically transporting the video.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the e-bike
she got the electric guitar.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so we're not going to see electric uke because electric guitar is the thing now.
No.
I get it.
Womp womp.
I feel like that was inspired by Synapse. I think he's had an effect on her. Inspiration.
He's a good guy.
He is.
Yeah.
Seems like his workouts have gone well.
He's doing such a good job. I caught most of them.
I have like
really good.
I have 3 abs now. I'm at half abs. I have 2 left abs and 1 right ab.
Oh, you've got those offset abs. Yes.
Well, the right side of my core is
popular.
the weaker side, so it's
Okay.
fair.
Well, there you go.
I do have to do some intentional, like, specific sit-ups to correct that, I think. Yeah, but
well, don't you worry. You're going to be in good hands real soon. So
I'm so excited, and I just can't fight it. And I know.
Oh no. Yeah.
I want to.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So it's it's exciting times coming up. But highly recommend the bike. So you're gonna have to get that set up and in shape, because that's how I physically active these days, is extreme bike riding.
That's not a bad thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I do.
Biking is so good for you.
It is, unless you don't want to look like you haven't eaten anything in 6 years, because if you do a quick search on biker bods, and not like motorcyclist bods, because that's a whole different look. They're typically very thick on the motorized versions. Yeah, so I'm hoping with a semi-motorized bicycle, I will average out between the two.
That's a good balance. If you're looking for balance, that's a good one.
I know. I'm working on it. But so that's the bike life update. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I'm very excited for you. I've been happy seeing your the video or the photos you've put up.
I know. There is other exciting news too. There's personal life news. But before we get there, I'm going to offer this opportunity for you to drop any weekly news, just in case.
Weekly news.
Yes. Well, I guess it's 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks.
Weekly news this week.
Yeah,
we have 2 weeks.
We're playing catch up.
This week was like bittersweet. We are, yeah.
Why was it bittersweet?
This week was because I have to move and I like my home.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yes, and it was very unexpected, the news. So it came as a bit of a shock. But fortunately, we have very good friends who are taking very good care of us. And it's not like we're going to be homeless. So
Yeah.
like I said, it's bittersweet, and I'm going to be able to see my friends more often, and I'm going to get to hang out with them more often.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's going to be a good, I think we're moving to an area that's going to be really good for Christopher.
You know what? Yes, because there's some good people around the area.
Yeah. And
we have super great neighbors.
Good influencey people.
I mean, the neighborhood that you're moving to has super great neighbors.
Yes, the neighborhood has good neighbors. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God. Oh boy. But yeah, no. So that in that sense, it was bittersweet because like we have been here for over 10 years.
Yeah.
It's been our home. It was very sudden and unexpected. So that was the very bitter part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you look at the positives. I'm like, we're going to be very, very close to friends.
Yeah.
It's a good neighborhood.
Potentially
for Christopher.
too close.
Too close. Right? How close can friends get?
Well, I've learned between Bloodblade and I that too close is about 6 inches of wall sometimes.
Well, see, it might just be 6 inches of ceiling. So.
Hey, for some people, that's the floor.
The floor, right? The ceiling and the floor. Yes.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't. What are we talking? This is crazy talk. I don't know what's happening. We're both very tired. So that was the bitter to sweet part of my week.
Yeah, for sure.
For this past week, and earlier the week before that, let's see what happened. I watched an awful movie. An awful movie.
What was it? Are we going to talk about that?
I don't know if we're going to get into it right now. Are we going to get into it right now?
I think we have to. So, update reminders.
Was that a good segue?
Yeah. No, excellent, because I'd actually forgotten.
I have been reminding people on all of my streams that that's what we're talking about at some point. Fantastic.
Okay, so, wow, I actually have 28 dropped frames notifications. So, I don't know. Something is happening. I just don't know what.
Yeah.
Something is occurring. What if I'm just gonna exit all sorts of things here.
Okay. Sure.
I'm gonna make sure that it's not like Steam doing stupid updating or other garbage like that, because you know it has been a while since I've turned any of these things on, so there might be updates.
A bit of a delay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna run and grab a quick drink because I'm dying of thirst.
Fine, do that. I'll entertain people.
I'm leaving. They won't know until 7.5 minutes from now, but that's what's happening.
Go get your drink. I'm snapping. This is like the Carlton or something. Ooh. All right, a brief musical interlude. Ooh, a brief musical interlude indeed. Yeah. Kick it. Ah.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, she's back.
Yay!
Amazing. You won't even hear the brief musical interlude until 7 minutes from now.
Nope.
You just wonder what I was dancing to when you returned. This is amazing.
Should be fun.
Okay, so here's the situation. Reminder updates for everyone. Last time we streamed together, Shanks and I, we dropped stream an hour early so we could each watch a horrible movie the other person had watched. Shanks asked me to watch... What did you ask me to watch?
Oh my god, Army of the Dead.
Oh, yes, Army of the Dead, which wasn't a bad movie. It was...
No, I said it wasn't a bad movie. It was like... It's a cheesy...
Yeah, no, it was super cheesy zombie movie, for sure. It was. So I watched Army of the Dead, which is on Netflix and features Batista. David. Why do I want to call him Jose?
David? Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, David Bautista. I love that, and this is
Bautista.
just. I just want to start by saying I love that he always plays this part. I got here 7 minutes ago.
Oh.
Here's the cheer.
Oh my god.
Thank you for the thank
Oh
you,
my God.
Dig. We're gonna have to type something in there.
100%.
Yeah, so I love that in all of his movies, there's a thing about him and his glasses. It seems to be just like almost like a movie meme now,
Yeah.
where he just can't see
really
without
is.
glasses, and he's this huge guy with glasses, and it gets brought up.
Yeah.
So that was good. Like, I watched Army of the Dead on Netflix, and
Yes.
you watched
Birdemic.
Shock
Oh my God.
and Terror.
My brain melted through my ears.
Isn't it painful?
It was so bad.
Arguably
Oh,
regarded
no.
as one of the worst movies ever created. I subjected
Yeah.
Cruickshankfit to Birdemic, Shock, and Terror. Where did we find it that you
telling
could watch
you.
it? Was it just on
Prime,
YouTube?
Amazon Prime, everybody.
Oh, yes,
No,
Amazon Prime. Okay, Amazon. You can watch
Yep.
this movie on Amazon Prime if you want to torture yourself.
Highly recommend it.
It is
If you want to lose 90 minutes of your
painful.
life.
Yeah, super painful.
Oh my god.
The movie is okay. How should we I want to talk about let's talk about Army of the Dead first, because that's
Yeah,
going to be the
good
easier
call.
conversation.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
pros and cons to Army of the Dead. Pros: excellent graphics, budget, music, sound, looked great.
Beautiful.
100% was very entertaining graphically. Cons:
Yes.
story, I think.
Ooh, big oops.
Yeah,
Big oops.
yeah. It was your classic. We're gonna make bad decisions here story, and you know all of the cliche expected things happened in the story. It was, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It was it was dumb, but the action in it was great.
It was a fun movie. It was a fun romp.
Yeah.
I like to call it a fun romp.
Legitimately great fight scenes.
just-
Thoroughly
Yes.
enjoyed
Oh,
the special
100%, so
effects.
good.
Yeah. A lot of just like it was a nonstop roller coaster of action. It felt like watching a Rambo movie, but there was the name of the movie was Everyone is Rambo. And
Exactly.
yeah.
Can we talk about, real quick, what was that girl's name? I don't remember her name, but that badass girl.
The
who,
one,
like, woman,
the one who
fought
got
her
locked
way.
in.
Yes.
Yeah, and like
somehow-
died, and then didn't.
Like, wasn't dead. She was actually kicking a whole bunch of zombie ass. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
holy crap.
yeah,
She
no,
was my favorite.
yeah,
Hands down.
She had the best part in the whole movie. She did a great job with it, and she.
Yes.
So essentially, what happens in the movie is there's a scene where they're creeping through like a casino in Las Vegas, and they're trying to. Basically, it's a bank heist. The movie's about a bank heist, like a casino heist. It's a
is.
heist movie.
Yeah.
It is a zombie heist movie, which I don't think is a genre that
In Las
exists. Yeah. So,
But it does now.
quick synopsis on what the movie is Las Vegas is ground zero for a zombie outbreak. They border off the whole city and quarantine it. It's not even officially sanctioned under like U.S. constitutional law anymore. It's this like gray area of law and where anything goes. Insurance companies have refunded people money, like they've insured all the money that was kind of lost in there, and people are getting it. But there is a huge sum of money still locked up in some of these casino vaults. The city is scheduled to be demolished via nuclear explosion, and they send in a team of people
Yes.
to recover millions of this like untraceable money. Sorry, it's like how much is it?
What?
It is a tidy
it was an
sum,
obscene amount of money.
an obscene amount of money from
Yes,
one of these
like-
vaults,
Yes.
and they have to recover it and get out and extract with the money
Yeah.
before it gets nuked. So they're against the clock, of course.
Yeah.
Now, they do this in a zombie infested area, and time has happened to the zombies, and some of them have burned away in the sun, but others, which is cool. This was actually one of the things that I liked about the movie, was that it actually had like a what happens to zombies over time effect, where, you know, they essentially like dry up and become immobile corpses because time has passed and bodies decompose and things.
They can't just go on forever.
I did think it was interesting that there was a comment in the movie that said when it rains, they all come back to life because they like rehydrate. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't catch that. Oh
no, there's a comment in it where, like, you know, the girl who like takes them in. Well, I can't remember what they call her, Coyote or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Who takes her in? She's like, yeah, you don't want to be here when it rains, because they all like essentially reawaken and come back to life until they dry out again, which is terrible. Which is a horrible way to live.
That's horrific.
Yeah, horrific, but interesting concept. I liked it.
I like it. Yeah.
And then when they go inside the casino, there's all these zombies who haven't been affected by weather that are just standing around in the casino and have essentially gone into like this sort of comatose state where they're like on power down mode. And so they're like hibernating. Yeah, they're creeping around trying to be super quiet so as not to like trigger the senses of the zombies and alert them to something that could possibly be eaten or consumed or whatever.
Hey, you put sunglasses on.
Oh my God, that was so long ago. It was days ago. I've only had 5 drop frame warnings in the last little bit, so who knows what's happening with that. But so
they're creeping through these zombies.
Yeah, they're creeping through the zombies. They have like these little green, essentially like glow sticks to mark the path to follow the person in front of them who knows where they're going. One guy's an asshole, changes the marker point so that a girl essentially gets lost in the zombie maze and bumps into someone, and one makes a noise, and then she has to go on this like stealth mode killing spree with a knife to prevent them all from waking up. Yeah, and she just starts murdering people, and eventually someone makes a noise. I can't remember who it is, but someone makes a noise. Oh, no, there was a tray that she put on a thing, and it slowly slips and falls off.
Yes.
And then they all wake up, and she just goes, like, guns akimbo, like, rampage mode. Like, if you had a barbarian class, it was her.
Yeah. Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah. She just tanked an entire room of zombies with, like, 27 bullets and a knife. And it was impressive as hell.
It was amazing.
It was.
But you think she dies at some point?
Yeah. No, they just, like, the guy locks the door and leaves her in a room and, like, basically is like, that's what you get, bitch, and, like, rolls away. Well, you can just see her fighting these zombies. Yeah, there it is. Well, you can see her fighting these zombies through the window, and then he just leaves her to be, like, overwhelmed. And then, like, a minute later, they're walking through a hallway, and she, like, busts through a window, still murdering zombies, and starts killing everyone to save, like, her friend so he can escape. Yeah.
It was
messed up.
Just amazing.
It was so
and
good.
then she like, I love her. She's my favorite. I could just rewatch that whole thing, like that whole part of it over and over. That was so good.
I could also watch the part where the guy gets his comeuppance from the tiger.
Oh my God, the zombie tiger, yes.
Frick Face is like, nice snapping.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so, like, the tiger thing was badass. It just messed him right up, and I loved it. And, like, again, the visual effects on him being, like, killed by a tiger.
Yeah.
I've never seen what they did in that scene anywhere in a movie before. Like, the tiger, like, bites his head in half. And it's like,
it just...
It really gives you perspective on the power of, like, a tiger. You know, I think they did that justice.
I mean, yeah.
They made that tiger seem like it was the most terrifying thing you could come across, and it absolutely was. It
literally was the last thing I would not, if I were in that situation, I would rather deal with the hordes than that fucking tiger.
100%. 100% I would deal
Yeah.
with the hordes over what was happening with the tiger, like that lone tiger,
Yeah.
because like I know me in a post-apocalyptic zombie situation. Like, my ideal way is to go out the way that girl did. It's like, I'm going for the, like, I'm becoming religious. My religion is Old Norse gods, and I'm going to Valhalla. Like, that's how it's happening.
It's the only
for
way
me.
to go at that point.
I'm like, the world is fucked. There is one last adventure in this for me, and it's happening now.
Yeah.
Like, you guys run, I'll be here. And I think we briefly talked about my out alpha the zombie things. Just start biting them. Just lead with confusion. Like,
that bite back.
Become the alpha predator. Just start tearing zombie jugular out and just go full blown animalistic rage. Yeah,
completely.
That's how I die.
Alphas.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That guy was terrifying.
The alpha, like the whole alpha idea that there was this whole like other level of zombie. That have like an intelligent, somewhat intelligent brain to it.
Well, it had like a vampire kind of thing to it. He was kind of like the Dracula of the zombie world.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Which is kind of cool.
I liked it a lot.
I did. I liked the concept. I really did. Yeah.
It was a very fresh spin on the zombie genre.
It was, and I don't know if you've seen. After you finish the movie, it'll pop up with recommendations sometimes.
Yeah.
And they had a making of Army of the Dead.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. I did not watch it.
It's really interesting. And it does the entire tiger mauling scene. It breaks it down.
Very cool.
And it's really cool. Yeah.
I might have to watch that then.
It's worth a watch. It's like 30 minutes. It's not that long.
Okay. Good to know. Well, so that movie was actually, like, the more I think about it, it was a phenomenal movie. I love a good B movie, and that was what I would call a good B movie. Very easy to watch.
Yes.
Very fun. Not a lot of, like, it wasn't like too scary for people who were scary, but I think it hit like a lot of the different like points that would have people interested in a movie. I didn't like the ending. The ending.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
The ending was. It was. I would have been happy if it ended before. Okay, let's put it this way, because I don't want to ruin it for people who might not have seen it and are now interested in seeing it. I would have been happy if it ended at the scene in the desert after sort of the helicopter thing had happened. Like right after the nuclear explosion went off of. I
would have been happy with that too. Yeah.
I didn't want
need any more.
The next part that happened where it was just like, oh, plus this happened. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I would have just leave me a little
extra add-on. Yeah.
Leave me on the mystery,
Yep. Because it still leaves it open.
Yeah.
Like it still leaves the whole world open for him to keep going with it if he wants to, but it doesn't.
That would have been.
Yeah.
To what you're saying, that the ending scene would have been a great starting scene.
Yes. 100. Yeah, if you're gonna. Sorry. Okay, so you need to make me a 100% emoji for sure.
Yeah.
But because like I'm hearing myself say it every 5 minutes. But Hundo P, yo. But no, I definitely, that would have been an amazing start to a movie, like a sequel.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
So
that was a good movie. I think we're both on the same page here. Recommended watch, Netflix, Army of the Dead.
Oh, and if you like Tig Notaro, Tig Notaro is the reason why I even wanted to watch it in the first place. So.
Wait, what is Tig Notaro?
She does it justice. She's the helicopter pilot.
Oh, she was so good. Female Tom Cruise.
My favorite human being. Yes, she is.
She is like the female version of Tom Cruise. I loved her. She just this woman
love her.
Just looked like a gritty, grizzled, like she looked like Tom Cruise in Top Gun like the aftermath kind of thing, and was just smoking this big fatty
Light
cigar the whole time.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off? And this movie is guilty of it. I am tired of every time anyone gets in a helicopter that the pilot gets shot in the head by the passenger.
Right?
Like, movie industry,
stop
it. No.
Yeah. Don't do that anymore.
It's fucking, it's so done. Like, it's done. You're not like, ooh. Like, who's sitting at the boardroom table and is like, oh, you know, it'd be a really good surprise for the audience if the helicopter pilot got shot while they were flying the plane by the passenger. That would really put things in
and it didn't even...
No.
Yeah.
Done with it.
It didn't even affect the movie. Like, it didn't add anything to it.
There was no point to it.
Like,
there was
0 point to it. And... So yeah,
I want a movie that addresses that directly. I want one where they shoot and it like misses the helicopter pilot and hits the window in front of them, and the helicopter pilot just like sunglasses down. Hold up. And the helicopter pilot just like sunglasses down. Oh no, you didn't. And turns around and just puts like 9 bullets into the person who shot through their window and was like, fuck you, fuck everyone in this helicopter, or just tips it over sideways, dumps them out the side, and throws them through the rotors. Like 360 barrel roll, enjoy the weed trimmer.
Let's go. Right? Because it's not, I mean, I'm with you. It pisses me off too.
Yeah.
It happens every time.
Stop shooting the pilot. It's dumb. Every movie that has...
Because she was a badass.
Oh, it's just so... The driver always gets shot. I want a movie about drivers who... Like, I want Baby Driver, but Baby Driver is the driver in Mad Max. Baby Driver is the helicopter pilot. Baby Driver is flying the 727 that gets hijacked. Like, you know, and anytime someone comes to fuck with them, they're just like, nah. Music on.
Not happening.
Scene.
Nope.
Boom.
Pow, motherfucker.
Get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I'm with you.
Like, where is the pilots in movies union that just is like, no, we demand equal screen representation?
We're not doing this anymore.
It's not happening. We're not stupid people. We're not just totally focused on flying the thing while someone's having a goddamn gunfight with zombie monsters behind us.
Yes. We are aware of our surroundings, guys.
Yes. Not just sitting up here listening to friggin' and drove the Chevy to the levee, and the levee was brain matter on window. Like, I was totally unaware that there was a gunfight going on behind me. I was listening to Megadeth. I didn't hear anything.
Ridiculous. Yes. Honestly, though. Oh my god.
Okay. Let's give a review, a rating. What kind of system do we want to use? 10 stars?
All right, so 10 stars. No, we got to come with something better than that. 10,
well, not 10 stars. I meant 10, like 5 stars or like an out of 10 rating or...
Out of 10. Out of 10.
Out of 37 rotten kiwis, how many rotten kiwis do you give it?
42.
42 out of 37 rotten kiwis. Yeah. Have been given.
Okay. Yes. No, for a good B movie, I give it like a 9.5.
9.5 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Was really enjoyable. Aside from that end scene,
I'm gonna take off half a point for the end scene and a full half point for the helicopter pilot being shot.
So that's 8.5. 8.5.
No, sorry, a full half point. I get like equal weight. The ending of the movie was equally as upsetting to me as the helicopter pilot getting shot.
You were correct, and I'm gonna go down to 9 as well for that. So,
it would have been a 9.5 if the helicopter pilot had lived, because it had no impact on the outcome of the movie whatsoever.
No impact, and that is like, I love that woman.
Also, one last point. Weird how the alpha zombie's hair grew over time.
Yeah. Right? That was weird. I didn't think about it until now, but yeah.
But there was a whole capability thing of them being living, because his whole purpose throughout the thing was that he was basically having zombie Jesus. He was trying to create zombie Jesus. which
It's
is
true.
curious. And
There was a baby involved in this.
there was a zombie love story. I actually felt bad for the zombies
I was actually very heartbroken.
Yeah. The zombies were like capable of bartering and trade, and like they had like a society structure going on, and were just like fine with where they were, and people were just like, nah, these can't exist.
Never again.
I mean, granted,
No, I agree.
things probably would have went very bad for humanity had they let them perpetuate, but it is, you know, there was still like things happening there. Zombies had goals. They were goal driven.
Yeah. They had love. They had emotions.
Ultimately, very environmentally friendly. Oh, he was super heartbroken.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And I mean, why not? She looked like a very nice lady.
She looked like a lady in the physically she once was one sense.
Yes.
She didn't look very lady to me, and she certainly didn't seem nice. So I'm going to say she looked like at one point she had indeed been a lady.
She might have been I think she might have been a nice lady.
Did she behave ladylike in her former life? Questionable. Depends on your definition. But
yeah.
You know, is what it is. Let's not judge her on that.
I did feel really bad for the guy, though.
Yeah.
He lost a lot. He lost his little family.
He did. Okay, so 9 out of 10. Okay. 9 out of 10 movie. If you're watching it, just be aware that the pilot will get shot, as is always the case, and it's stupid, and that if the nuclear explosion goes off, something will happen immediately after it. You should just stop watching the movie there. Yeah. That'll raise it another half point for you. Okay, so now for the real story.
Oh my god.
The real thing. Birdemic, shock and terror. Filmed on a less than $10,000 total budget.
Yeah.
Take the lead. Express yourself.
I don't. Oh, I feel like I need to go back to my live tweeting to you about it. So it's a love story.
I mean, we can review some of this.
It was some of it.
What was I even messaging you on?
You were messaging me because you were watching Army of the Dead at the same time that I was watching Birdemic. So we were just going back and forth. Yeah. So I feel like initial thoughts were was about the acting, because my god,
where do you think they spent the $10,000? This is what I want to know from you. Where did they spend the $10,000?
The vehicles, maybe, like the hotel room that they stayed in for a little bit.
You mean that I
don't know. The super junky hotel room, that one.
That early 2000s a Honda minivan or whatever it was.
Yes. Okay, I am looking at my notes from that conversation. Oh boy. I wish I could put up some of the photos that I took of this movie.
You took photos of the movie?
I did, because I couldn't believe how bad these birds looked. Oh my god.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. Oh my god.
Who is the tree man? Yes. I hate him and his wig.
Yep.
I can't remember the tree man.
He was protecting the trees, so he didn't want to go with them. When they offered, they were taking care of the redwoods or something.
Okay, yeah. Was he chained to the tree, as is typical?
No. He lived in a tree house, and he was like, they won't attack me because I'm actively trying to save the trees and the environment.
That makes sense.
Totally, completely, right?
Was Becky the main, the lead female actor? Is that who Becky was?
That sounds right.
I have a message from you that says, fatality, they killed Becky. We got to save those people on the bus.
They killed Becky. Oh, Becky was the girlfriend of that because they met up with that other couple.
Oh, there was another couple. Yes, I remember that part now.
So the
The background actors are chef's kiss.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Like it's like they don't even know they're there. It's like, oh, sweet Lord.
One of my favorite comments from you. Did the birds just shit acid on them?
I mean, that really sums it up quite a bit. Oh my God.
This cowboy roadside robber just got sliced and they left their gas tank behind. Dum-dums.
Oh my God.
And this just super this comment here gets me because it's like one of those super common sense things. You're being attacked, and I would like to say that this movie was posed as like inspired by Alfred Hitchcock's Birds, the cinematic classic horror film.
Oh
this was like an ode, an homage to such a classic great. And here's a comment from you.
An insult.
I feel like eating lunch by the beach is a bad idea.
Right, I forgot about this.
Are these birds dropping poop bombs? What are these birds?
What?
No, I hate it.
Oh my God, yes, that whole text stream is just amazing. Yeah. Because it was like they were it was like, I thought they were just pooping their acid again, but then all of a sudden it was like there were explosions happening with the poo, and I was like, what?
That's where the $10,000 went, the special effects.
That's probably where it went, yeah.
Maybe they had just attacked a Taco Bell.
I mean, that would explain a lot, so.
That's what it was. It was the post-Taco Bell attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was
something.
So it was like Birdemic. It was about birds going rabid.
It was.
And apparently...
I did feel shocked. I don't know that I felt terror.
I wasn't terrified. I mean, it was terrified of the effects. Mm-hmm. I was shocked by how bad the movie was.
If it was called Birdemic, Shock and Terrible, that would have been an apt title.
Yes.
Very on point.
And there is a sequel? What?
I know. We're going to have to both watch the sequel at the same time and come back on it. Apparently the sequel is worse somehow.
And they got the actors back. How did they get them back after that movie?
It must have become like cult classic status where people just watch it now and they're known for this.
That is brutal.
There's actually a movie called Troll 2, which I think I told you a little bit about.
We did talk about this.
Yeah, and it is super bad. But like, there's a full documentary on the follow-up of the lives of the people who act like the main characters in it and where they are now and what they do with their life and like how it's affected them, because it's become like a cult phenomenon. So maybe they were looking for that little bit of success in life.
I mean,
I can't imagine it was hard to get the main actor back, because I think it was like the director's like younger brother and his mom was like, oh, come on, let your brother have a part in the movie. Now, I'm just making all this up. This is not facts, but like, that's the relationship I feel they had when hiring this guy. They're like, come on, man, you never let me be in your movies. And it's like, oh, fuck, it's because you're so stupid and shitty. And then they're just like, oh, fine, whatever, you can be in this one. Just stop asking me about it. And then he like went and spent like $9 of the $10,000 on that girl who... on the girl.
Yeah.
He was like, hey.
She was not good.
And she was like, no. And he's like, but you're attractive. And she's like, $9,000 attractive. And he was like, fine, whatever. He's like, maybe if I hire her, we'll get some something out of this. And I'm just like, I think that door swung in the wrong direction for him. But
it didn't go well, no.
As soon as she saw the minivan and that gunfight beside the minivan on the side of the road, which is the scene in the movie that stands out to me more than anything.
Right? Because there are just cars driving along.
There's just cars
Fine.
casually driving
Keep
by.
going.
These men that you know without
What?
special effects are standing on the side of the road beside a minivan with like M16s shaking them into the air and falling over. And there's just
Right?
people just being
Just-
like, America.
So.
They just going
Yeah.
about their business.
Oh my god, yeah, no, it is something else.
Nikoko says there's no other way to do
I
action
swear.
movies. I assume she's talking about the helicopter pilot scene, which
I was gonna say, I think it's, yeah, she's still
it's
on Army of
about-
the Dead.
yeah, it's about that time. Can't wait till she figures out Birdemic.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm hesitant.
You see that?
I can see your ring light.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
hesitant
that's cool.
to talk about what made the special effects so bad because I want people to watch this and not see it coming, which is why I never
Yeah.
told you
I need-
about them.
Yeah. What they were.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
So, even if you just look up, like, clips from the movie, y'all need to go see this, because holy shit.
Yeah. Just
It is.
don't like I told you this before watching it. I was like, don't look up anything about it. Don't try and get the plot synopsis or anything. Just start the movie
Yeah.
and watch it. And notice the time you started it. And then
Yeah.
when certain key events happen is also brutal for
Oh, that's so. It's so long. Some of the driving scenes are like.
the build up.
Nothing's happening.
Like
Let's go. Go.
Like, I think the first 40 minutes of the movie is a typical movie's like 30-second montage.
Yes, 100%. Yes. Holy crap.
Like the movie is essentially showing you why montages exist because there's just a lot of shit that you don't need to watch because it's really, really boring otherwise. And just or utter nonsense or things you wished you hadn't watched.
Yeah.
Okay, tell
I definitely like did the fast forward 5 seconds a few times in the opening like drive that they do because I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Like
they're
I
just
we're
driving.
and there's no focus. Like it's just like a close up
Yeah.
of a tree or like oh there's the road.
You've got it. So
But no, please watch it.
so as someone of the female
Yeah.
persuasion, would you have gone on such an adventure with that guy?
No. No.
Like, what do you think convinced her to go along with
She
that?
felt bad. Like I can only imagine she felt bad.
Or
him.
was just incredibly
Or-
dumb and a poor
Yeah.
judge of character. That
You need help. You need me to hold your hand as we do this.
It's just so bad. Just so
Oh.
painfully bad. Like, he was legitimately the worst actor I have ever seen. There are people on the
Right?
streets I would pick over him who, like, just
Yeah.
any one of my neighbors would do better. Anyone.
for
What
sure.
was the casting call? Like, who auditioned for this movie? Was
Like-
it just him? Did somebody force him
Yeah.
to select that man? Did he owe
Right.
money to some family and their dumb son was the only way to pay off his debt?
It had to be something. Like,
It was.
holy crap.
Was this like
That was.
a Make-A-Wish Foundation wish? No, that would
Yeah,
have better
I mean,
quality.
could have been.
They would not have subjected
I was gonna
anyone
say
to-
no.
No, they would have
Yeah.
been like, "I'm sorry, Timmy.
No.
This is a bad wish."
Yeah, we can't do this.
No, no. We want you to have a
Yeah.
good experience, and this is not that.
Right?
Yeah.
Not it.
No.
I don't even know how to describe the acting. It was so bad. Like, it was just so robotic.
The acting
Like, not even
was
robotic.
the acting was so bad. Even Harvey Weinstein wouldn't have had sex with him.
Ooh. Ooh. That's saying something. Oh boy. Oh boy. You brought out the Harvey.
Boom.
My goodness.
Boom. So we went there. I choose not to apologize for anything I've done here.
That's fine. That's fine.
But it was real bad.
Holy crap.
Like,
but it was so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have rather had seen Becky and her boyfriend go on the adventure than these two.
Becky and her boyfriend. Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Seriously though, at least watch the middle chunk of that movie.
Oh. It was
like,
I think you have to, like, there are certain movies that I won't watch after I've watched them through full the first time. Like, I've never watched the first, I call Titanic a 2-disc movie because when it was like in its prime, it was a 2 DVD thing, and DVD 1 was not one I ever put in. Ever. There was I was like, that is an hour and a half of my life that I won't get back again, and I have no interest in watching it. Yeah. I also never watched the first Hobbit movie ever.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I never watched the first Lord of the Rings movie. Yeah. I don't like the first Lord of the Rings. In my opinion, the second movie was the better one out of the 3, and then the third one. Yeah. So, but the first one is just a lot of walking. It's like a walking simulator.
It is just a lot. Yeah.
Not a lot of interest for me in that one. But yeah. So, like, I get it. You got to watch it once to know it happened, and then after that, you just kind of whatever.
You kind of know. You just know.
You jump in where you want. But
yes, and I do enjoy the first Lord of the Rings movie, but I totally get what you're saying about it. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, it's a thing. So
yeah,
I think we have to rate it.
Man, yeah. Oh boy. I don't know if there's a low enough rating for this.
Do you have a favorite scene in it? Was there something that stuck out to you as particularly, like, you'll never forget that? Like, for me, it was the side of the road ridiculousness with just average people doing average people things, and these 2 fucking lunatics on the side of the road pretending to be attacked by birds. Yeah.
Honestly, that is a pretty standout part. But we've clearly just started talking about Birdemic right now. Oh boy. But I feel like honest to God, that first meetup scene where he's like staring her down in the breakfast diner, and then they meet outside afterwards and they have that super awkward conversation. Yeah. Just the acting, just really that really set me up for the rest of the movie. Just the amount of cringe. That's how I have all of my introductory conversations with women. I just. Oh my goodness! Just this face. No, that probably. Yeah. Well, I don't know because I'll know 7 minutes from now. Oh yeah, that's true. You'll see it. It's hard not to pay attention to. No, yeah, I would say that scene, and yes, definitely agree with you. The roadside scene where they are just shooting blanks into the air, just while cars are driving by. Yeah. Oh my God. That and the first time I saw the birds. Oh, those birds are forever burned into my head, and nightmare fuel. If you do a rewatch on it, and I'm not going to get too much into detail about the birds, but if you do a rewatch on it. And you listen to what is being reported, like on the radio and the news, about the types of birds that are attacking versus the ones that you're presented with, you'll notice that there is no correlation between the two. They are the wrong kinds of birds. Like, just there was definitely a discrepancy. Yeah. Just super wrong. So it was brutal. Yeah. It was a pretty rough ride, and I'm proud of you for sitting through it, and honestly, I did the work. just getting there from start to finish, because it is a lot. It is hard.
It's not an easy task to watch Birdemic Shock and Terror.
It was, yeah. I'm glad I sat through it though, because I mean, there's a lot to talk about in that movie.
Oh my god, so much. Just so much.
But like, what would you rate it? I rated my movie first, so you need to rate your movie first.
What would I rate Birdemic Shock and Terror? See, this is where you need like a rubric thing where you're like, what are the categories we're rating it in? Special effects, 1 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh.
1 because
For sure.
they existed. Out of 10 because it should realistically
that's
be
it.
out of 20, but I want to keep the scale consistent.
Yes.
What you get? Okay, so 1 out of 10 for special effects, 0.5 for the fact that they existed, 0.5 for the fact that they actually were birds.
Yes.
Or
okay,
bird-
yeah, I would
or
agree with that. I will.
Bird-like.
Yep.
It's
British.
like the guy who did the special effects knew the difference between a bird and a cat. Say like so.
Yes.
Props to him for knowing his basic animals.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I am not impressed. It was like
No.
if your special effects guy was a guy who specialized in children's drawings of animals. It was like,
Right. That is, yes. That's a good way to describe it.
my God, oh, you're not going to see the
Yeah.
visual on that until 7 minutes from now, where I pretended to be
I
the
know,
bird.
yeah.
But yeah, okay. So that's the rating for special effects. Plot. 0 out of 10. It sucked.
Yes.
It was awful. I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated everything about
Yeah.
it. Nothing made sense. It was stupid. Everything everyone did was stupid. It was worse than like Texas Chainsaw Massacre levels of decision making. Oh, let's split up in the creepy house. Go,
Yes.
Dumb shit.
Yeah.
It was bad. What else? Acting. 1 out of 10 for the acting. 1
Yeah.
because this is the 1 out of 10 here. 1 because
Yeah.
at least two people stood on the side of the road in broad daylight and pretended to shoot birds while looking absolutely fucking stupid in front of what was clearly hundreds of passersby with a straight face and a commitment to the role. You get 1
Yeah.
point because
Oh.
that kind of traumatic
Yeah, for
experience
that.
is life ruining, and they stuck it out. So
Yes.
that is the only redeeming factor of the actors, is that they actually went through with this entire movie start to finish. And
Yeah.
from what I'm told by you, apparently had signed on for the second one.
Oh my God, which is just
Yeah.
bananas. I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
Shadow 435 says, I just finished rewatching it. What's up? I'm not sure if you meant Birdemic.
I
Must be,
bet.
because that's what we're talking about now.
Clearly. He did say he had seen Army of the Dead and he liked it. So maybe that's what he's talking about.
That could be it as well. People could be on entirely different
Yeah.
timelines right now. Shadow could be 25 minutes behind.
Oh my
Akoko's at
goodness.
7. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
So,
We could be just all over the place.
we probably are. So,
Yeah.
that is,
Yes.
what are we at? I got a 1, I got a 0, and I've got another
A 1.
1. I got 2 1s and a 0.
1. Yeah. Yes.
General watchability, it was literally painful. 0.5. Point
Yes.
0.5 because it was so bad you still watched it, but
You still watched it, yeah.
but not for any reason that was a good reason. It was just because
Not at all, yeah.
you began it and it was like watching a train wreck. Like, you couldn't stop. You weren't watching it
Yes.
for any good reason. You just needed to know how bad it could get. Like
Yes.
bad.
Brutal.
So I think
Yeah.
all in all, my rating of Birdemic Shock and Terror comes
Yes.
out to be, it's got to be, I think it
4?
averages out at, I was just going to average.
Oh, okay.
I think we're sitting at about a point.
Yeah, go
a
ahead.
point. It might be a
Please.
0.5 average.
Yeah, and that feels accurate. That feels right.
You know what? I'm going to take it up to a 1 out of 10 because
Okay.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt on here, and say
Yes.
that they may have known this was going to be fucking awful, and intentionally made it just fucking awful,
And did it anyways.
and just followed through on it, and made the worst thing my eyes have seen,
Yeah.
and
Gave
made
it 100%.
and somehow got me to sit through it for what seemed
the other
like
thing.
10 hours.
Right?
They convinced
Holy
me
crap.
to torture myself
Yeah.
of my own free will.
I feel like, right? Yeah, I feel like I started watching it and I was like, no, I have an obligation to finish this movie. And then I was just like, this is so fucking awful. I just need to know how it ends. Like,
Yeah. You just had to see how bad it could get. You needed to reach to the bottom of that dark well and find out what was
how
lying
rough can they do this?
at
Yeah.
the dark and briny depths of the Marianas Trench that was the pleasures of that movie.
And it was scary. Yeah.
It was. The scary part was
Yeah.
nothing to do with the birds. It was the movie itself
No.
was the terror.
Yeah, as a whole.
Yeah. Okay, so Birdemic, Shock and Terror. What is your rating?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a 0.8.
0.8. We're really breaking it down
Because
now.
I can't give it a 1. I just can't. I can't find it in my soul to give it a 1.
If we go to the fractions method, you have just rated Birdemic, Shock and Terror 8 out of 100.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that feels right. That feels like a good, strong. I feel
right.
good about that decision.
All right, 8 out of 100 rotten
But
kiwis
that's-
given to Birdemic, Shock and Terror.
Yeah, because it's got to be more than 0.5. Because I sat through it and I watched it.
Yeah, that's true.
It got me. I was still there.
It's true. Yeah,
So.
you made it through that somehow.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
did. But those effects. Oh, good lord.
so you know what? This is an idea I would like to continue with, and I think at some point in time we should figure out either how to watch Birdemic 2, whatever that
we
is.
do need to do it.
And I
Yeah.
also believe you haven't seen Troll 2, which is another
I haven't.
fantastic,
Yes.
terrible movie to watch. So
Yeah.
I think if we pick one and then do that at the same time, we can have a like a solid discussion about the same movie after it's fresh.
Yes.
Maybe not 2 weeks later, but
I'm fine with that.
yeah.
No, we'll do it sooner.
Yes, we'll
that
do it
last
soon.
weekend was just rough, I think, for both of us. So
It was a birthday weekend, you know? So
not rough, yeah, but it was just you're busy.
sandy.
You know, you don't want to rush through things.
Yeah.
Which also, by the way, happy belated birthday.
Oh, well, thank you. It was actually
Like,
a very
I hope you had
good
a
birthday.
great time.
It was one of my
glad.
better birthdays. I think it will be memorable.
Oh.
I spent it with
Good.
my family, and it was after a long time of not seeing them, so it just felt special.
Yeah.
I had the perfect birthday dinner situation. I went out with my dad for a delicious loaded baked potato poutine, and we went for a drive and checked out camper vans, which is another topic that we're about to get into.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
we did some test driving of some camper vans. I got to try out some things. I saw my great uncle, who I haven't seen in a long time. He invited me to his place to check out. He's got a VW Vanagon, the bus kind of things, the camper buses, and it's fully solar powered and everything. And he was showing me around that. So I got to try out 2 different styles of vans. And then with my mom and my stepdad and my grandparents on her side, we had a little get together. I don't like cake. I don't like it. But I do like
Okay. Yeah.
specifically red velvet cake with cream cheese icing. Alternatively, a carrot cake
Yep.
without nuts with cream cheese icing. And they got me a red velvet cake with
That's
cream
key.
cheese icing. That was beautiful. I loved it. And they just made me some steak and baked potatoes and some simple veggies, and it was just a nice hearty meal that I wouldn't normally have myself. And it was fresh cooked and everything.
That sounds so nice.
It was very nice. I got to spend a lot of time with my mom, and I went on a drive to my great uncles together and spent some time together. And I had just a really good time catching up with people that were important to me. So that was nice. My actual birthday was kind of like whatever, because I just worked. No, I should not. My actual birthday was not just whatever, because something special did happen on my birthday that doesn't normally happen. So in the morning, because I work 12 to 8, in the morning, I went out on a... Sorry, I just threw money on the ground. In the morning, I went out on a brunch date. A second date. I know.
A second date?
Yes.
That's exciting.
A second date, and we went out to the delicious Mennonite sandwich meat cheese shop in town and grabbed the deli's own club special and sat in the gazebo and just had like a little time in town here. And it was really nice, and we just had some morning breakfast and got to know each other, and it was good. And I will say,
that sounds so nice, actually. Yeah.
Now we are sort of agreed to be still dating, not like a label thing, but like we have had the so we're gonna try this exclusively kind of thing talk, and so it could be headed to a relationship place.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
I know. We have many things in common, including love of cars, which is fantastic. Art, also
nice.
Fantastic. Video editing, triple fantastic. Gaming,
wow,
also fantastic.
What?
And she might even have more plans than I do to live in a tiny home.
You're batting 1,000. Oh my god.
I am so impressed. I am incredibly
That's crazy.
impressed. Yes.
Wow.
So that's
amazing. That's so great.
I need you to do something for me.
See, I feel like I told you that there were women who would like to do the tiny home living. I feel like I said that.
I know. And this is the crazy part is like I started talking to this person like 8 months ago. And they were just like not in a place to like meet up or do anything, and then just kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a while. But we had some like great conversations, and then I was just kind of cruising around on the Instagram one day, and was like, you know what, I'm gonna send them a message and see how they're doing, and it was great. So, that's the updates on that. I'm very excited. We're actually going to look at a cube van tomorrow, like a 16-foot cube van. I know, that we could possibly renovate into like a mobile living situation, which would be neat.
That's so cool.
I know. So we're checking it out. We're seeing what's going on. She's got a bunch of plans that she's already drawn up for spaces, and I want to have a look at them and see if there's any that like appeal. She's told me that she's absolutely convinced she can build a tiny home on a 20-foot space. I think it might have been 22 feet for $15,000 total, which is affordable. And I potentially have some land that I can buy for cheap. So, yeah.
Oh, man. Well, that's great.
I know. I'm very excited.
What did you need me to do?
The thing I needed you to do was do your camera hand magic, because you had a pixelated eye and looked like a digital pirate for a bit.
Oh.
It is
I wish I was a digital pirate.
It has since fixed itself now, ish. I think your coloration's gone slightly weird, but it's doing its camera thing. We've actually done really well for your camera lately, or at least on this stream.
You know what? Yeah. And I'll tell you something. My coloration in real life is a little bit wonky.
Is it pink and green? Because you look like a watermelon.
No. That's very exciting. No. I am all tan from the waist up and all white from the waist down. So my legs don't tan.
That's fantastic. I actually have this great burn The burn line has kind of gone away. I had this like very significant burn line on my left leg from when I drove back, and my leg was just sitting in the sunlight through the window on the way back home, and it like scorched part of it below the shorts. So that was yeah, that was good. But yeah, so that's exciting. And
that is exciting. Congratulations.
I know. I do want to tell you about the first date though, because this is how you know when you've found someone who is your weird match. So have you ever been, the St. Jacobs has it's called the Health Valley Trail. It goes along the river. Yeah. So we went down there. We just went for a walk because we both got off work at 8. It was late, and I was like, okay, well, how about we just go for a little hike up this trail? It's nice. I've seen it before. So we walked down, and we walked the trail a little bit into the woods until we got to like the private area, because there's an area that goes through like people's private fields and things. And the bugs started coming out. And we're like, okay, well, let's turn around from here and start walking back, because it's also getting kind of dark. And we started walking back, and we got to the part where the highway bridge crosses the river. So as you go up towards like the roundabout, there's that bridge that you cross on your way. And I was like, oh, well, there's a little path down here that you can go on, and you can step up on the little like the legs of the bridge and like sit by the water or just watch the river flow by kind of thing. And it just so happens like as we were walking and talking, she's like, oh, you know, something about like, it'd be really nice if we could just go to a patio and have a beer. And I was like, well, and out of the cooler bag I had been carrying that was subtly disguised kind of thing, I just unzipped it and pulled out 2 Miller Genuine Drafts and a bottle opener and cracked them there. I was like, here's your beer. And she's like, have you just been carrying around ice cold beer in your backpack waiting for this moment? I'm like, absolutely, yes, I have. She's like, MGD is like my go-to beer. How did you know that? I'm like, I didn't. I just have good or similar tastes, I guess. Yeah. And so she's like, oh my God, that's amazing. I was like, oh, that's not the only thing. She's like, what else is in the bag? And like I unzip the bag and like whip out this like beach towel thing and fold it down on the like bridge leg. Yes, you can just.
Can I just stop you for 1 second? I just saw the face that you made.
the staring.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, the creepy diner stare.
I'm like, I almost died.
This delay has its own perks.
What's happening? Oh. Oh my God.
Awful.
Okay.
And that was the face I made at her.
Continue.
And as per Birdemic Shock and Terror, now we're together forever fighting a bird massacre. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue. Very sweet story. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Okay. So I whip out the beach towel and drop it on the cement of the bridge legs facing the water.
Yes.
Because it's, you know, it's a little wet, it's a little dirty. We don't want to get people dirty, but like maybe we want to sit down and not have to worry about dirty butts.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, and she's like, okay, this is nice. And I'm like, oh, and that's not all. And she's like, what else is happening here? And I pull out the Bluetooth speaker and hit the play button. Oh. Next thing you know, we got some 60s music playing. Just classic 60s under the bridge, sound echoing. Nice. Yeah. And then Nikoko, Birdemic looks awful. Yes, it does. Don't look into it, Nikoko. Just watch it.
Just watch it. Just watch it.
That warning's coming way too late, and we both know it.
Oh, yeah.
7 minutes from now, when she's already ruined it, she'll get that message. But, so, the Bluetooth speaker comes out. We got the 60s music on. I pull out a bag of 2-bite brownies, which I then find out that she has to watch her sugar levels because hypoglycemic or something. But I like 2-bite brownies, so it was great for me. And
that's the best way to look at it.
I got twice as many 2-bite brownies. But then the coup de grace, if you will, the finishing blow. She's like, "What else is in the bag?" And I pull out. Can you guess? What do you think it was? What did I pull out of the bag?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. I pulled out of the bag.
I don't know.
An empty tin of beans. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And I put it on the ground, and she's making the same face you're making right now. Like, what the fuck? How do I get out of here?
Yeah.
And I pulled out a couple cubes of fire starter and a lighter, and I lit them on fire and dropped them into the little bean tin, and we had ourselves a portable bonfire.
Oh,
I know.
that's so sweet.
And then the best unplanned thing ever happened. The fireflies came out.
Oh my god.
I was like, Mother Nature got my back.
How did that?
Woo, woo.
This is what I get for being an environmentalist.
Yeah. I strapped myself to the redwoods. The birds won't get me here.
Yeah.
So, and at the end of it, we sat there for like an hour, and at the end of it, she was like, this was actually one of the best first dates I've ever been on. And I was like, yes! Somebody loves my hobo under the bridge idea. I was like, this is someone I can see myself spending a lot of time with. It's like, if you're good with this, we've got a lot of bright future opportunities ahead of us.
Yes. I think that's so sweet.
Well,
that sounds like a perfect first date.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, to all of my ex-girlfriends, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Beep.
Thank you.
Thank you for vacating my life so I can spend this time with somebody better than you.
Yeah.
No. I immediately take that back. That was too mean. I hope you're all doing something else.
Wow.
And we're done.
Hi.
Yeah. Thank you.
We're gonna cut from there.
Thank you for leaving me to succeed in your absence.
Hey.
Was that which one? We'll fix it in post.
I liked it. I liked it. I think we finished on a good one. You were covered. Okay.
Yeah, nailed it. Okay, so
you did. Crushed.
Yeah, we did it. Nobody needs to suffer. But if you are suffering, I'm not upset. Now, moving on. If you regret your life decisions, just know I bring the magic everywhere I go.
Womp womp.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Yeah. But ultimately, very excited about how things are going right now. Life is
exciting.
Proceeding on an interesting track that I am not unhappy with.
Yeah. That's awesome. So much good stuff has happened.
Yeah. Shadow's like, I said that like 10 minutes ago. Yep. You did.
Mm-hmm.
It was a thing.
Sure did.
So yeah, things to look forward to.
Yeah.
And it's I'm very much excited for where things are potentially going, as I like having people in my life that make me feel excited about the things I already like. So it's nice to have someone to feed off of in terms of like the back and forth where you're like, yes, let's talk about mutually engaging activities that we can do together.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of key, right?
Yeah. It's like...
I think it's good to have like a lot like stuff in common, but also like your own thing. So you can like come back and like talk about it. Yeah. Which
is nice because you want someone who exposes you to new experiences, but also is supportive of your passions, right?
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to date myself because
that's like the perfect balance.
Can't even stand being around myself most of the time. But I would love to date someone who helped me be a better person.
A better version. Yeah. I agree with that. I would. Oh my God. We wouldn't last. If I were dating myself, we wouldn't last. It would be over.
No, you don't want to date someone who's exactly like you because they have all the same flaws you have and all the same things that you wish you did better. You now wish they did better, which is not a good place to be.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand why you suck, but I already suck in that way. I need someone who can complement these areas, not just double up on them.
I need a new suck. Let's go.
It's like, I've got a car that has no brakes. We should probably get less brakes and more car still?
Is she?
2 cars
Yeah.
with no brakes?
Yeah.
Is that what we need to fix this problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be
Yeah,
great.
like,
If we pointed the cars at each other, we could reasonably accelerate one car to slow the other one down. Like, that's ridiculous. No.
Yes.
Let's not do that.
No, not so much. That's, yeah.
Dumb. Dumb. Stupid. Hate it. So, yeah.
I just
Yes.
want to throw this out there. Birdemic 2 is on Amazon Prime as well.
So you want to start with Birdemic 2.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm willing to make that plan.
For future reference.
I'm willing to make...
When we get to it.
I'm not
doing it tonight.
I'm not only willing to make that plan, I'm potentially willing to subject my potential new relationship person to that torture.
Oh,
And then-
if she sticks through that, you better propose to her.
I know, because then we have... Wow. I don't want to scare her away here, okay?
Well, you better go on a trip or something. I don't know. She's a keeper. If she sits through that, she's a keeper.
Okay, noted, understood. We'll make plans for. I think a trip would be more suitable at this point in time.
Go on a trip.
Like if she sits through that, good to introduce to your parents, kind of thing. Yeah. Which involves a trip because they live so far.
We'll do that. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So that works out.
Yeah. Oh, speak of the devil. Well, actually, no. The devil would be someone else in this context. Speak of the non-devil for once. You know who
Speak
you
of
are,
the angel.
devil. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
I hope all the birds from Birdemic shit in your mouth.
With acid or acid bombs?
Both.
I don't know which one was happening.
I want both.
Oh.
Not even alternating, combined.
Just all together once. Yep.
Yeah.
Big explosions.
No, I want the acid bombs to enter your mouth and all the explosions to drop around you, but never close enough to kill you.
Oh, see, that's nice. That's nice.
So you just have to suffer through the acid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's how you feel.
Oh boy. Oh dear. Yes. Life is going well though.
Yes. Everything is going good. This is great.
Good.
But the exciting part is, I guess, and the natural segue here is, I have been very much looking into purchasing some sort of thing to build a tiny home on.
Yes.
A platform for tiny
Tell
home
me
living.
more about this plot.
Well, I would like to do it for a couple of reasons. And it was inspired by our friend Bloodblade a little bit in that he loves his renovations and wants to buy properties and homes and things. It was also inspired a little bit by the surge in the housing market and all of the assholes from Toronto ruining things for everyone else who lives in the country. And I wish you would just go back to your city and watch it burn down around you. I hope all of the birds shit acid in your mouths.
There's so much anger all of a sudden.
The two things I really hate. City
There you
people.
go. My goodness.
Yeah, not being able to own a home.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I was like, you know what? It feels unreasonable to invest $600,000 in a house. 600, let's be honest, $6,000 plus dollars. $600,000 plus dollars into a house. It's just ridiculous. I'm not willing to put myself in debt for the rest of my life. I can't. I won't. I don't want to. I am so vehemently opposed to it that it is just frustrating to me to know that I have saved for so long to do something that I will likely never get to do. Now, the better option to this is, find a place that you can live, potentially rent-free, so that you can increase your allowable savings with a low upfront expense that still offers you the ability to practice all the skills that you would get should you go into renovating houses and renting them out. So, the building techniques of installing the framework, the walls, finishing the floors, installing electrical and plumbing on a very small scale is the draw for the tiny home. So I have been looking into tiny home platforms, and I think I've settled on cube vans right now, because a regular van build, vans, because it's so popular, is super expensive. Super expensive.
Yes.
It's like 16. No, it's not. For a van, like a tall, long van, you're looking at like $23,000 plus, and they're just fly. Like you can't even see them. They're sold by the time they're listed half the time. But cube vans, much larger space, much more available, still have access to the cab. You can get them for under $10,000, and they're a box. They're a big box that you can stack things, so you can put like a raised bed that you can like have like access to sort of like a second floor area, so you can still walk underneath them and store things. So you're much better off for like your stackable storage options and making use of that space. And they're square, so they're easy to work with. You don't have to worry about curves and all this bullshit that comes with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And
that would make things easier, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the benefit is that a lot of them are still like heavy duty trucks. So if you then wanted to extend out to like a trailer home that you could sort of drop off and leave somewhere while you bought a truck and pull somewhere else, you can still hitch it to the van and then build your sort of next rendition of the tiny home on it.
Yeah.
And transfer all of the work that you've done in the van to, like, you could just move all the appliance and fixtures out to like your next thing and then return the van to service kind of thing. So it could be a very transitional sort of first step. But I think my plan would be, I would like to build one for the skills and then list it for sale and see if I could actually like make money off selling it. And then if I did, buy a slightly better one, build it out, same thing, and just consistently kind of upgrade. Or just have a mobile workshop, you know? Install that.
Well,
Coco
cool
wants
too.
cake now. Brunch dates are so cute. That was like 38 minutes ago now. I know that the delay is just getting
the
longer.
cake thing was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
That red velvet cake. Delicious.
So good. I know. That was before that whole. So
That's a really cool idea, though. That was,
Well, this
That's
is
a really cool idea. I really like the idea of like trying to like doing it and then trying to see if you can make money off of it to buy a better one.
Yeah, and this is sort of the thing that I was
that's
considering for Bloodblade as well. Is that it would be neat because he's like, I want to get people to invest in houses with me. I'm like, why couldn't we do this small scale for people who are kind of intimidated by spending 30 years of their life paying off a debt for one house with you? You know, why couldn't we get like 5 people in on building like tiny houses?
Oh, Coco.
I miss having dates. It's like tiny houses where you can practice those skills. You're not in for a huge investment. We could build them together. They would go up real quick if we built them together. And if we just had like set layouts and plans, like we could just build one, list it for sale. Then everyone takes a fifth of the cut of what we've invested in it. Yeah. I'm like, why? Like, we know people who are good at this stuff and want to find ways to build a business.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have lots of friends who can help.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I'm like, it would be so much easier than spending, like, the draw for him is the real estate acquisition part where land is really what's going on.
I do understand that.
But I'm like, it would be neat to have places to practice this stuff because he's looking into like asking me about like designing or like where to get certain supplies or designs for tiny spaces to create smaller apartments out